So hi everyone, it's Miranda, and today I actually need to make more moisturizer because it's kind of past its expiry date. So I wanted to make a video on how I make my moisturizer. I talk about it in my evening skincare routine video. It's pretty thick, so I don't use it during the day, but it's kind of like a moisturizing mask that I wear at night. So I got this off the internet. It's based off of the homemade ultra moisturizing lotion without coconut oil by Kristen Marr on livesimply.me. So that is the website, and that's where I found it. Okay, so hi everyone. Don't mind my makeup stuff on this side, but what we're going to be talking about today is my moisturizer. So this is what I have, my night facial oil with shea butter, jojoba oil, and essential oils plus tea tree. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so it expired January 20th, and I'm still using it. It's June. So I definitely need to make more. It usually lasts about 6 months or so. So I have shea butter here, jojoba oil, and then this is my stress relief essential oils. Chamomile, what is it? Chamomile Roman. I don't know how to say this. Yang Yang, marjoram, bergamot, lavender, and vetiver. So that's what's in it. This is like, I usually put on necklaces and stuff so that I'm smelling it all day. Kind of helps me calm down. So I thought, you know what, why not put it on my face? Because, I don't know, when my face is stressing out, I usually put this on at night and then it calms it right down. So, stress relief oil. And then I have tea tree here as well for, like, I don't know, if I'm breaking out, just in case. It's good for when you're not breaking out or if you're breaking out. So I just put it in anyways. So this is what it looks like. So it is a lot of product I'm wasting. Maybe I can still use it on my body, but I'm gonna have to scoop all of this out, and then the recipe says use half a cup of shea butter, 2 tablespoons of jojoba oil, and then about 21 drops of essential oils. She uses like 4 different kinds, like carrot oil and stuff, but I don't have that, and this just works for me, so like 15 drops of that. Like 10 drops of this, and then 3 or 5 of this. It's pretty much what I do. I don't need that much of it, so I think I'm going to just make it in halves. So 1/4 cup of this, and then 1 tablespoon of this, and yeah, the same amount of essential oils, I think, because I just use like 10 drops, I guess. This right here, it's Calendula water. It actually helps really good with rashes, sunburn, sun irritation, and rashes. So I do have Calendula infused oil that I made. It takes about 3 weeks to make. I could probably make another video on how I do that. But the water is just easier to use. You soak this in a jar of water and you keep it overnight, and then you strain it out and you put the water in here. In this bottle I put 50-50 of water and the Calendula water. In here it's just more potent, so it's like dark brown water that has more Calendula infused in it. Sorry, I think infused is with oils, so I don't know what this is called, just, yeah, pure Calendula water. So that's why I have that there, because I'm going to do that as well. They only last about 2 weeks, I've heard, so yeah, I need to make more. I'm going to scoop this out, probably put it in like a different jar or something. I feel really bad throwing it out, but obviously I haven't used it as much as I normally do. So I'm going to put the shea butter in here, just map out how much I need, and then I'm going to put it in here. I have this pot that I'm going to fill with water, so it's kind of going to act like a double boiler. So I'll have the water boiling, and then I'll set that on top of it, and then the shea butter will be melting. You're not supposed to put the essential oils in the shea butter right away, especially when it's really hot or it's on the pot. I think that's just because it kind of cooks the benefits out of the oil. So just to be safe, I'm not sure if it would do the same thing with jojoba oil. I don't know what the cooking temperature on it is. You're not supposed to get it hot anyways. But yeah, so I put the jojoba oil in the shea butter at the same time I put the essential oils. So when it's still kind of warm, but it's not super hot, but it is melted and movable for when it's not a solid mixture anymore. So I'm going to do that, and then we will come back. So I have the water in here. I have it boiling. Not yet, but it's on, so it's going to start boiling. And I emptied this out in here. I think I'll use it for like when I shave or something. I'll put it on my legs and stuff. If I really wanted to get all of it out, I would take the sticker off. It's going to get ruined doing this anyways. But I would like fill up boiling water in here. Not so much where it would go over the top of this, but I would put this in here, and then it would melt the shea butter, and then it is easy to pour out. And then I would get a tissue and wipe the rest of it and spray it down with alcohol and get ready for something new that I'm putting in it. But I've been using the same jar for a while, and I'm not even sure if I'll like hit the bottom of this anyways, and it's not that bad. Like, I don't think it actually expires, but it's just good to change out. Because honestly, like, I have this and this in here, and I've had it for a while, so like, it doesn't even show an expiry date on it. And I, like, obviously, this is the amount I have left, and it is a lot of shea butter, and it's still been doing me, like, a good job, and I've had it for over a year. And same with this, like, no one's going to use this much jojoba oil. So I'm just thinking, like, if this stays good for a really long time, same with the jojoba oil and the essential oils, I mean, I doubt it actually expires when they're mixed together. So yeah, I have that for my body. I'm going to leave this in here. And then I will put in the shea butter in here. So half a cup is here, so I'm probably going to fill it up to here. And I think that will actually give me the perfect amount to actually use up and not waste so much like I did from the last batch. Thinking about it, this jar, I think last time I cut the amount in half. So maybe I had to cut off like 3/4 of it, because this still looks like way too much. And honestly, even when I'm cooking, I don't even do the directions exactly. Like, I just eyeball the measurements. And I don't know, we'll see how that goes. And I was also thinking, this glass jar, when I make candles and stuff, I use this, and then to get the wax out of it, I put it in like boiling water, and it will melt that way. So I'm just thinking if it's a waste of time to put this hard, solid shea butter in here just to double boil it, and I can just like do that. Well, I probably shouldn't hit the bottom though. I'll figure it out. When we come back, this will be melted. And I'll tell you what I did. You can totally laugh at me if you want to, but I think I'm gonna try this. And if it doesn't start melting, then, well, it's melting. You could honestly use coconut oil if you want to, like if you know it doesn't break your skin out and it's fine on your skin, you can just switch out the jojoba oil with coconut oil. But I know for me, it breaks me out pretty bad. So yeah, I don't really use it to take off makeup or anything like that. And if I do, it's the fractionated 100% organic coconut oil that's cold pressed, and it's in the liquid form. And I'll just use that strictly on my eyes. I won't put it on the rest of my face, just in case it breaks me out. But yeah, jojoba oil is perfectly fine on my face. I can just put it directly on. I can use it as a makeup remover. So that is why I use it. That's steam. I don't think it should be that hot. It's melting. I put it down to 1 because it was on 7, and my boyfriend is going to either think I'm completely stupid or laugh at me because he always tells me I put the stove on way too hot, and then that's why I burn my food. But it's melting and I'm happy, and the glass is holding up. Like it always does. I've made this mixture 4 times in my life. I just started doing this 2 years ago. It's melting, you just kind of mix it up, help it break down. And then once it is all melted, you just take it off the burner. If it is starting to dry up a little bit, like if you have to go and do something, you can just put it over the hot water, even if it's not, like even if the burner's not on, just like the heat from it will remelt it a bit. Obviously, I don't do everything exactly the way it says to do on the Live Simply. This has been working for me, and you just have to go with what you got. It does say use a whisk at the end as well once it's cooled down. I don't have a whisk, and I don't even know how that would work because this gets really thick, and I think it would just stick to, not the blades, but like, yeah, the blades on the whisk. I think it would just stick to that and then just start piling up, and I don't know how it would mix. But I don't even have a whisk anyways, so it probably works, but I can't use it anyway. I can't use that technique anyways, so I just use a fork. So because I've done this moisturizer about 4 times now, I feel like the first time I actually read the directions on how to do it, I didn't listen properly because I just reread them now so I could put credit for the person in the video. And it says once the shea butter is melted, you put it in the fridge or freezer for 15 minutes or so and let it cool, and then you put in your essential oils and oil. But what I've been doing this whole time, what has actually been working for me, is just waiting for the shea butter to cool off a little bit and then put in the oils and essential oils and then just pour it right into the container and wait for it to solidify, and then it's fine. Like, I never even whisked it before, just like mixing it into the mixture, but it'd be like liquid to mix, so it wouldn't have to be whisked or anything. But I think I'll try it out actually today, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I actually had a school meeting, so I didn't get a chance to put this in the fridge to try it out. It's still in liquid form, but it's just like, it's definitely hardening a bit, so I think I'm just going to put the oils in now and do what I normally do. No, you know what? I'm going to put the oils in now, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge for like 5 minutes or so, and then I'm going to whisk it up. So kind of half doing what she said. I don't actually have any tablespoons, just teaspoons. So I'm going to put 1 tablespoon of jojoba oil in this mixture. 2 teaspoons, so. And I am always this messy. Oh my god. I just kind of eyeball out the stress relief essential oils. Sometimes I put lavender in it. I don't even know what lavender does to your face. So I think I've just done that once, but there's lavender in here anyway. So stress relief for stressed out skin. Oh my god, okay, that was probably like 5. And okay, that's like 8. It's 21, and then I'm doing half, so about like 9 or 10 drops. That was about 8. And then I think I'll do like, I don't know how fast this will come out. 1, 2, 3. You know what? 4. 4 is good. Get the oily spoon in there too. And yeah, I'll just put this in the fridge. So it's out of the fridge, and I'm just going to whisk it up. It's been there for about 10 minutes now. It's whisked up pretty good. And then I'm going to pour it in. Honestly, I think It's just easier if when it's really melted and liquidy just to pour it in and let it harden that way, because I already mixed it pretty good. So I'm not sure like why I need to mix it when it's cold. I just tried that now because it's actually on the directions of what I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Yeah, and like when it's super liquidy too, I feel like I'm wasting way more than what I usually do, because like I have to try and scrape it out from the bottom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna just warm it up with the boiler a little bit more just to get it more liquidy, and then I'll pour out the rest in here. So this is what it looks like right now. Well, I think mixing it actually helped it be more of a creamy moisturizer than what this was originally. Like, it's the same thing, but this is pretty hard, and you know what it looked like when I was taking it out of the jar, but this is what it looks like now. So yeah, that's how I make the moisturizer that I talked about in my skincare video and my acne video. I just sprayed my face with rose water and wiped it with a cotton pad just to tone my face, quick cleaning. And then this is my moisturizer. It's the middle of the day. Usually I do this at nighttime because it does get a little bit oily. You don't want to put makeup over it. I mean, you could, but it's just going to make your face look really dewy. You don't really need this much, just like a little pea-sized drop, but I took way too much like I always do. So warm it up in your hands. Why it's like a nighttime kind of moisturizing mask is because it is pretty oily. So like these are my hands. And then I just pat it into my skin. I don't really rub it. I like scrub it on my face because that just tends to make my face kind of red. So I just make sure I get it in all my dry areas and oily. Like this stuff is good for oily and dry skin, and I usually have combination skin. I find in the mornings like my skin isn't as oily as it usually is, so the jojoba oil actually regulates your sebum production on your skin. Last week we did talk about how I've been breaking out a little bit. So yeah, I do have some breakouts, but this stuff doesn't break out my skin, so I mean, it's good for whenever. Once you get everything set up and start making it, it takes like 5 minutes to do, especially if you're not putting it in the fridge or anything. Just wait for it to melt, mix it in, pour it in, wait for it to solidify. So, have a good day. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and we shall see you next week. So, have a good day, everybody. Bye.